Good morning and welcome to the Dumpster Fire 3.1 here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh. Jeff should be in momentarily. It is Tuesday. It is May the 2nd. We are on the second to last week of the semester. Welcome to Dead Week. And I don't know about y'all, but I am feeling it myself. I have been up since 3:30 this morning. No naps, no nothing. As a matter of fact, I have a little something to help with this. I have a little can here of Rockstar Recovery Lemonade. That's right, I'm cracking this bad boy open. I have taken a sip. This is it. This is the final push before graduation. We got to finish strong. I'm feeling it. Y'all are feeling it. We have to keep going. It's going to be hard, but you want it, right? This is what we've been waiting for. The lights are on bright. This is our moment. For some of us, it can be our first time graduating. For others, it may be their second, third, fourth. I don't even know. I'm going to lose count. But we have to keep pushing until the end. We're so close. We can almost taste it. The weather is beautiful outside right now. We are so close to the end of this. We can finish this off strong. I know for a fact that we can. We've done it before. Keep that motivation going, whatever it takes. Just get past this last week. It will all be worth it when you walk across that stage. Believe me, I had that moment last semester. I had it in December. It felt like nothing else in the world I've experienced so far. In May, we're in May. That just proves I need more of that lemonade right now, folks. But I'm still going. Next Friday, if all goes to plan, I'm walking across that stage again. But don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to finish off every single radio course that I can get my hands on here at Ames, and I still plan on being a media student. This will continue as long as it possibly can until these wheels fall off. And also a huge congrats, I'm actually wearing my Jokic jersey right now. Congrats to the Denver Nuggets. We are 2-0 over the Phoenix Suns. Game 2 last night in Denver at the Ball Arena. Place was shaken. We beat the Suns. Got to beat them 2 more times. Then we move on to the final more caffeine. The conference finals. And then, if all goes to plan, the NBA finals. I want the NBA finals here in Denver. Who doesn't? I mean, props to the Avalanche. We forced a Game 7 against the Kraken. Unfortunately, it was not our night. But we still have so much to be proud of for this season. We have a lot to look forward to in the future. Thank you, Avs, for so many awesome memories this season. You know, obviously it does sting a little bit that we weren't able to go back-to-back with the Cup. But we'll be back. We're not going anywhere from the Cup scene anytime soon. As for the Rockies, oh man, I'll just leave it at that. I love them. They're our team. Coors Field is one of the most beautiful ballparks in all of baseball, if you ask me. Hi, Ozzy. But also, we just need to pour some money. Yes, we spent a lot of money on the stadium. Now let's spend some money on some players, on some talent. We can compete. We just have to go there and do it. All in all, Colorado sports, we're doing great. We had the CU spring game a few weeks ago. Boulder showed up. Everyone showed up to check out Coach Prime for the first time and this new revamped CU Buffs team. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do. They sold out Folsom Field. Not, we only opened up half the stadium. No, they opened that whole thing up and they sold that thing out for a spring game. Last year, there were maybe 1,000 people in attendance. Maybe last year. This year, over 45,000. That is the Coach Prime effect. I'm loving Coach Prime. I watch his interviews. I like his coaching style. It can be a little bit abrasive. It can be a little bit blunt. It can be a little bit direct, and it's not for everybody. But he's not going to try to sugarcoat it here for you. He doesn't know how to be anything else except for Coach Prime. And I love that. If you ask me, that's more of what we need. More genuine personalities, not just in sports, but in coaching as well. Too many people put on this veil when they get elevated to a higher profile, whether it's being a coach, being an elite athlete, being a musician, having a top-selling album. We need more realism, more genuine people. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. I'm no shrink. I'm no fortune teller. I'm just a guy on the radio. And this went way off the rails, but that's why this show is called The Dumpster Fire. Jeff should be on momentarily. We have a great show here for you folks today. Let's keep it going. Pumping out the Slaughtermatic sounds to keep you live. A system failure for the masses. Antimatter for the master plan. Louder than God's revolver and twice as shiny. This one's for all you rock and rollers. All you crash coons and motor babies. Listen up! The future is bulletproof. The aftermath is secondary. It's time to do it now and do it loud. Killjoys, make some noise. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 3.1 here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh. That was a double dose of My Chemical Romance right there. I did Na Na Na. Well, actually, I should say, first I recited the voice intro to Na Na Na, which doesn't play when the song is on the station for whatever reason. I guess it wasn't in the edit that we got. And then I kicked in the song because I can. It's my show. And, well, it's no secret I'm an MCR fan, followed by Bulletproof Heart, both of them off of the Danger Days album, the final album that we got from MCR prior to their breakup before their eventual return in 2019. Their breakup in 2013, oh, Lord, you don't even want to know. I was a mess. No doubt about it. MCR, and always since very, very first time I listened to them, all the way back in 2005, I'm watching the video for Helena the first time. I've actually never told this story on air, so here y'all go. Back in the early days of the internet, before it became the pantheon that it has become, and also before this boy became chronically online, back then internet speeds were kind of junky. We had this thing called dial-up. And then even in the early days of broadband internet access, oh Lord, those speeds were slow. They were dinosaurs compared by modern standards. Our cell phones weren't little pocket computers that we had in our hands that we could just pull out and use anywhere that we want to and take high-resolution pictures and video and upload them in a matter of moments. We didn't have any of this back in 2005. We had Windows XP, baby. Or an iMac, if you were so inclined. Back in the day, there was this kids website called Yahooligans. It was actually a pretty cool website. It was basically Yahoo for kids. It had games. It had little stuff you can read. It had a lot of music videos. And these videos would be compressed in such a way that it would make it a little bit easier to watch on a school computer. Our school, my elementary school, had a filter on it, so you couldn't go onto a whole lot of websites. Yahooligans was one of the approved websites. It was a kid-friendly website. One day in one of my computer classes in elementary school, I stumble upon the list of music videos that are hosted on Yahooligans. This wasn't YouTube. There was no thumbnail. There was no image to get like a taste of what you're going to see in the video. There was none of that back in 2005. It was just a blue hyperlink, the artist, and the title of the video. There's a bunch of rap videos on there, and at the time, I didn't listen to a whole lot of rap. So I was like, okay, is there any rock music on here? I had listened to a lot of classic rock because of my dad. There wasn't a lot of classic rock on there. There wasn't really a whole lot of rock at all, if I'm being completely honest with you. I'm just scrolling through the list. Just scrolling away. And then I see a video. I see a title. It says My Chemical Romance, Helena. And I think, whoa, this sounds interesting. Oh, this might be like a rock metal band. I don't know. It doesn't sound like something a rap group would do. I click on it. From that very first shot, seeing Gerard Way, hearing the song kick in, that was it. That was all it took. And I was hooked into My Chemical Romance. The video, just, how do I say this? Yes, we can look at it now. It's like, oh, that is so dramatic. I loved that. I still love that. Just, oh, Gerard Way is one of the sassiest and most expressive human beings on the planet. But from then on, I was hooked on MCR. I kept looking everywhere. They had a couple more of their videos. They had the video for I'm Not Okay. They had the video for The Ghost of You, which totally complete opposite of the Helena video, but still big budget, very, very well made video. Still to this day holds up extremely well. A little bit after this, then we got The Black Parade. The album that defined a generation, if you ask me. Welcome to the Black Parade is easily the Bohemian Rhapsody for us emos. It's like the ultimate emo anthem. Still is. You hear that G note play? Every emo kid stops what they are doing, and we reminisce. Just a couple of weeks ago, when we were in Las Vegas at BEA. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ames. Anywho's, back to my story. So, when I was in Vegas just a couple of weeks ago for BEA, we were going to the Hershey's Chocolate World store inside of the New York. That G note plays. I stop what I'm doing in my tracks. Steph and Janice are looking at me like, what are you doing? And I just point up at the speaker, and they know. The Black Parade album. Most importantly, Famous Last Words. I can tell you right now, that song has gotten me through more than I am ever going to be able to be allowed to disclose here on air. This past September, I went to Riot Fest in Chicago. I talked about it the previous semester ad nauseum, so I'll keep it short and sweet. There were so many bands that played that weekend. The one I was looking forward to the most, obviously, was MCR, because, duh. When I heard Famous Last Words play, that was a moment I thought I would never see, especially after they broke up. I didn't think they were actually going to play it at the show, but they did, and I had a tear in my eye. I was screaming the lyrics. I am not afraid to admit, and it made me make me sound like a geek. I don't care. Y'all think that anyway. By the end of the song, I was in just such a euphoric state. I screamed, that song saved my life. And other people in the crowd, some people heard me, and they went, me too. So there is something to that song. For a lot of us emo kids, that may be the song that may have arguably saved so many kids. We don't even know. And still to this day, I have an absurd amount of MCR shirts, an absurd amount of MCR merch. And I probably always will. My kids, if I ever have any, will probably be indoctrinated into the same thing. And they'll be well-versed in 90s Disney movies and Space Jam. The original. The second one doesn't exist, okay? I'm making that clear right here and now. I watched the second one. The only time I've ever seen the second one was when I saw it in theaters. Yes, I was one of the blokes who actually paid money to go watch that in theaters. That was the only time I've watched it. That's the only time I've ever even seen clips from it since. No. For my kids, it's going to be the original Space Jam. The one with the actual GOAT. Yeah, you know, Michael Jordan. You probably heard of that guy. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm rocking a pair of Jordans right now. But I've been ranting now for a little while, so I will go ahead and let it get back to the music here on the Dumpster Fire, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. Let's keep the hype going. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 3.1 here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh. Jeff has joined us this morning.
What's up, everybody?
What up, what up, what up? Before we get started with anything here, I was going to say, let's go ahead and get a quick check here of your weather. In Fort Lupton, we are currently looking at 55 degrees, a high of 73, a low of 44, fair skies, wind gusts of up to 1 mile per hour. In Loveland, we are looking at 56 degrees, a high of 73, a low of 47, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 2 miles per hour. In Windsor, no, Sephora, I don't want your overpriced makeup. We are looking at 55 degrees, a high of 73, a low of 45, sunny skies, and no wind. And on the home campus of Greeley, we are looking at 57 degrees, a high of 73, a low of 44, sunny skies, and wind gusts of up to 7 miles per hour.
Oh, man, it's just getting nicer and nicer.
Yes.
Closer and closer we get to graduation.
Like a week and a half. We're almost there.
Almost there.
I was going to say, but Jeff, we had quite a bit of NBA action this weekend.
Yes. Sadly, the Kings lost.
That was insane, though.
Steph Curry, he just...
What was that, a 50-point game? It was an insane... I was watching I watched the first 2 quarters. I was at the mall waiting for a friend of mine because we went to go see the Mario movie on Sunday. And I was just chilling over by the fireplace, and they had the game on one of the TVs, so I was just chilling there, like, eating ice cream, just watching the game.
Yeah, I could tell, like, the Warriors look like they're tired, though. So.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how this Lakers-Warriors series is going to go.
Oh, yeah, no, because the way it's looking, there's no way it's going to be a 4-game series.
Yeah, I don't want to say that anything's fixed, but I feel like the NBA will make sure calls go the way to push it to a game 7, and then it'll be like, okay, we don't care who wins.
Oh,
Just
yeah, no,
it's make that money.
It's the rivalry. It's LeBron versus Steph. Like, they're gonna milk that.
Right, and I feel like it might be like the last time this is like a big, it's like that third fight that you get between UFC people. It's like it's the trilogy. Because they're both getting old. Like, they're both getting really old. I
mean, Steph's still probably got a couple more years left in him. Braun, man, he's getting up there.
Yeah, he's just going to try to play with his boy.
Yeah, I think he's going to hit, like, that 1 year with his boy and then...
And then bounce.
Yeah, and then bounce. I mean, he doesn't have much more to prove.
He's going to throw down a dunk on his kid and be like, I'm still your dad.
I could see that. And then another thing that did have me dying, though, the downfall of Dillon Brooks and the Grizzlies. Even though that means the Lakers won, I still got just such a kick out of that because it was just that game 6. And I mean, just the downfall of Dillon Brooks, like, just everybody was uploading the clips from, like, game 2 where he was just like, oh, I don't respect nobody till he comes and gives me 40.
And then they
win by 40.
Yeah,
it was
rough.
Yeah, no, and then after that, he just stopped talking. Like, he actually got fined by the NBA because for his little stunt where he's like, I'm out. And now he's deleted everything, like, off of his social media and everything. Like, he hasn't said a word. And now, actually, I was just looking at a thing on my phone from Sports Illustrated. It looks like, per a report, an unconfirmed report from the league, it looks like Memphis has already told Dillon Brooks, like, nah, you're done, bro. Because he was on the last year of his deal anyway, but they're not bringing him back.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, no, he's done. I mean, last night watching game 2, Nuggets, Suns, whew, that was the first half, or what's that meme? They had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
Yep, and then I checked the score again, and Nuggets just didn't let up.
Oh, yeah, no, and then, I mean, Chris Paul went down with an injury, so that definitely helped
which sucks,
a little bit.
Because I do enjoy Chris Paul when he's not playing my team, but like, I don't wish injuries on anybody.
No, but it was still a pretty hard fought game. I mean, in the hockey world, the Boston Bruins, who had the greatest regular season in NHL history, got demolished. And that was brutal. I mean, for us being Avalanche fans, I mean, that Game 7, we forced a Game 7 a heartbreaking loss, but I mean, we just weren't at full strength, you know. And going back to back for the cup is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, especially like hockey, winning back to back championships in hockey.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen very often. It was, you know, it hurt to watch, but we still have the vast majority of our core signed long term. So we'll be back, you know, once we get the captain back too. That'll definitely be a plus. It's it's just been a crazy a crazy weekend.
A lot of Denver sports, and then I don't know if you saw the score to the Rockies. The Rockies like demolished. What was it? The Guardians?
I think it was the Guardians.
Like, I was like, all right, hey, let's go.
It's like,
maybe
can we keep this going?
In last place.
Yeah, I mean it's gotten crazy right now. I mean, with the Rockies, I mean the attendance figures, like, they're starting to slip a little bit. But that's just for like smaller games. I mean, obviously Coors Field fills up because, I mean, we do have a lot of transplants in Denver. So anytime a big name team comes to town, it fills up. You know, it's like, oh, the Angels are coming, let's fill in Coors Field. The Cubs are coming, you know, the Angels, the Padres. Well, now the Padres, because I remember, it's like people forget there was a long time that the Padres were right down in the basement with us. Like, people forget that nowadays. But it's, oh man, like, I do want to go down to a game just because I haven't been to a game in so long. I was being a goofball and I was trying to look, like yesterday morning, I was trying to look for tickets for game 2, just like on a whim. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't afford these prices.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to know if the Nuggets go all the way and make it to the finals. I don't even want to know how much those are going to cost. Because I know for the Stanley Cup Finals, like the games that were here in Denver, those tickets were not cheap.
Yeah, I mean, that's finals and sports in general, though.
Oh yeah,
the true fans don't actually get to go.
Yeah, no, the rich people do though.
The rich people do though.
Yeah, like last night during the Knicks game, like they were just showing like how many celebs were at Madison Square Garden. Like, it was absurd. It was just all. Ugh.
Oh yeah, like the celebrities. Yeah,
I know, like at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, no, like they just had a whole reel. It was like a 3-minute reel of just all the famous people that they spotted in the crowd. And I mean, it's gotten that way with a lot of like the bigger name UFC fights as well. Like, it's not, you know, for the most part, it's not like the common UFC fans that end up going to these fight cards, especially if you have, you know, like Izzy fighting or McGregor, you know, any of the big name fighters. Like, it's always the famous people, the ones who have the cash, and they're always just there.
Right. Yeah, I definitely saw Aaron Rodgers too, and I was like,
oh man,
so
the crowd went nuts for him. And it's like, guys, he hasn't played a snap yet.
Good luck. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, good luck, because that's a risky move. The draft, round 1 on Thursday was bonkers. I mean, the Texans going to pick 2 and 3 was like, what? It was nuts. Like, I didn't watch too much of like the later rounds closely, but I always watch like that first round, because that's always when like the craziest stuff happens. Or as the first round is ongoing and they have the broadcast going, teams will announce some like absurd picks to try to get a higher pick, or some absurd trades, I should say, to get a higher pick. And it was all over the place. It was crazy.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Vikings got another killer wide receiver, so I'm excited to see him and Justin Jefferson do work together.
There you go. As a Broncos fan, there was hardly anything for us to cheer for until like the 3rd round, because that's when we finally had a pick. Like, we're literally like the whole first round, I'm just like, nope, we're not doing anything. The 2nd round, I did watch some of that while I was at work, and it's like, well, there's nothing for me to cheer for. It wasn't until the 3rd round, and then I'm like, oh, okay, no, we got some people. And then you had, you know, like the Eagles drafting like the entire Georgia team, it seemed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it was.
Saw the memes from that.
It was ridiculous. But we have been talking now for a little while, so we will go ahead and let it get back to the music here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 3.1 here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh, here with Jeff.
What's up, people?
Woo! I tell you, it may be actually a plus that we don't have writers.
Why do you say that?
Because right now it looks like the Writers Guild of America is officially on strike right now. So a lot of TV shows are going to get a lot different over the next couple of weeks. The biggest change that you're going to notice right away is going to actually be late night shows. According to this article, I actually got pulled up right here from Yahoo. Late night, or actually Yahoo reporting from Deadline, late night shows to shut down production immediately after Writers Guild strike called. So starting tonight, nightly talk shows, including The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel Live, and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, are set to go dark.
Yeah, and this is like the first writer strike we've had in like 15 years, I think.
Yeah, last time was in 2007.
Yeah, and I remember that one, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
You can see where like a lot of like programs, they were like really good shows, and you could see where the writer's strike occurred because they just kind of started to suck.
Yeah, it was absolutely just insane. It looks like right now the tentative plan, according to the article, for the late night shows is going to be, at least for the time being, they're going to do reruns. We'll see how long the strike lasts. They have reruns, at least for a couple of weeks. Saturday Night Live, it is still, as of right now, unknown how they're going to do it. If they're just going to air a rerun, if they're going to try to, get somebody who's not part of the WGA to write an episode. We'll see how it goes. But we don't know, because that last writer's strike, what was it, like a month or more? Because that was a long one, because you can tell when it was it was different people writing these shows. So we'll see where it goes. Obviously there's all the arguments to be made, in the era of streaming, obviously it makes sense. People, these streaming companies are making ludicrous amounts of money, off of the shows that these people write and create. So I get it. Who doesn't want a piece of that pie?
I totally agree. Like, and I know like a lot of shows, the quality of them comes down to like the actors and the actors that can pull off the story. Mm-hmm. But without these writers, the story wouldn't even be there. So like, the fact that they're arguing for like a living wage because it sucks to live in like L.A.
Oh
and
yeah, no,
all that, and then the fact that
and then a huge argument that's being made by the union, is the residuals, and also just like this whole gig economy mentality that these streaming services have, and then with how cutthroat they can be sometimes, where it's like if a show doesn't get X amount of views in 24 hours, they're done. And then with the residuals and stuff, and it gets kind of tricky, especially when you have companies, like HBO Max, that after a certain period of time, they're like, oh no, we're just not gonna put this show on the platform anymore because we can. It's like, oh, Westworld, yep, can't watch it anymore. Oh, these other shows that were on HBO Max, they're all gone. Are we moving them to another streaming service? No, we're just taking them off. And it's kind of crazy because then in the physical media, like trying to find any like physical disc copies of any episodes of Westworld is a pain, because after HBO Max decided to pull the plug, now they're just hard to find. That's why right now with The Last of Us, I did go ahead and actually order the box set for the first season, because I don't want them to do that down the line with the show and just pull it from HBO Max. So it's like, no, I'm just going to buy the discs, have them forever.
Smart, because it doesn't take much for that stuff just to disappear, and then it's gone.
Yeah, no, it's all new. Like it's a real kind of gray territory that we're all figuring out as this age of streaming continues, and we'll see where it goes. Basically the book is being written as we speak. But also, too, we're getting some more trailer announcements and such. They just revealed the first poster for Dune Part 2. We're supposed to get a trailer tomorrow, which I'm excited for, because that's going to be absolutely insane.
Did you watch the Twisted Metal teaser?
I did. I was fun. Like, whoa.
I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be weird.
It's gonna be interesting, and then it didn't show a whole lot of footage, but we got the first glimpse of Sweet Tooth. And in the trailer, they showed like that ice cream truck, and I was like, okay, no, they at least put work into that, recreating that look. Because if they mess that up, oh Lord.
Yeah, I've got faith. I've seen a couple shows from Paramount, and they've all been, or wait, is it Paramount or Peacock? Peacock. Never mind. I don't know much about Peacock's original.
They're really trying to step it up now to try to compete, with like Apple Music or with Apple TV Plus, Netflix, Hulu. In terms of like the production values and the quality, they are really trying to step it up. At first, they were just like, oh, we're the network that has all the old shows. We have The Office. We have That 70s Show. We have Yellowstone. But they're really trying to like step it up with their original programming, which, good on them. So here's to hoping that it comes out good, because we're supposed to get the John Wick spin-off series, The Continental, on Peacock as well. And that's supposed to be like how Winston came to be like the manager of the Continental. It's supposed to take all place in the 70s, so way before the events of any of the movies, but it's supposed to like establish more of the lore and how he became who he became.
Nice.
So that's going to be cool. Yeah, no, I mentioned it, but like I'm excited for Dune because I really enjoyed the first one. And this second one, they said it's basically just going to be a giant action-packed war movie, and I'm just like, yes.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's going to be insane. I mean, the CGI and everything in that first one was incredible. The production values. Allegedly, Dune Part 2, they filmed the entire thing in IMAX, so they did the same thing that they did with, like, Avengers Endgame. So that cost, a pretty penny. But it's
Sweet.
Yeah, no, it's going to be insane. Let's see. This week, we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out this weekend.
Yay, but also sad.
I know. My buddy was down in Denver, and he has a friend who works as an independent filmmaker, and he gets tickets to early screenings and stuff all the time. So they went to an early screening last week for Part 3, and all he texted me at the end, he was just like, bro, you're not ready.
Oh.
And that's all he said. So I'm like, oh no.
Dang. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready. This past Sunday, I finally went to go see the Mario movie, and it was actually really good. I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm excited. I want to see it, but
yeah,
I'm not like rushing to it, but I want to see it.
Yeah, no, it was, and then there was a thing that on Twitter over the weekend, somebody leaked like the entire movie, and like 9 million people watched it.
What a way to watch a movie and just watch it on Twitter.
On Twitter. That's, oh, man. And then I know in Argentina, they got busted as well because I guess this local TV station somehow managed to get a copy of the movie and they aired the whole thing, and Nintendo wasn't happy.
I can imagine why they would not be okay with that.
Oh, yeah, no, especially considering like that movie already made $1 billion, and it's going to be crazy.
It'll be cool.
It'll be cool. But we will go ahead and kick it back to the music here on AIM Student Radio with Be Who You Are by the Kooks. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 3.1 here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh here with Jeff.
Hello, people.
Hi. And we are going to go ahead and get one final check here of your weather for today. Currently in Fort Lupton, we are looking at 60 degrees with a high of 73, a low of 44. Fair skies, wind gusts of up to 2 miles per hour. Currently in Loveland, we are looking at 57 degrees, a high of 72, a low of 47. Sunny skies, wind gusts of 1 mile per hour. In Windsor, we are looking at 62 degrees, a high of 73, a low of 46, sunny skies, wind gusts of 2 miles per hour. And currently here in Greeley, we are looking at 65 degrees, a high of 73, a low of 43, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 7 miles per hour.
All right, a little breezy, not bad at all.
A little
though.
Breezy.
All right, I'm going to take you into some events. Big one coming up tomorrow. It's the Dark Side of the Moon 50th Anniversary Multimedia Event. Join Ames for a tribute concert presented by an ensemble of Ames music faculty and students performing Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And I know they're doing it from cover to cover.
Front to back.
This event features a multimedia presentation of student artwork, graphics, audio engineering, and film production. An art show related to the themes will be displayed in the lobby starting at 6. Concert starts at 7, and it's over at the Welcome Center Auditorium.
Concert will be next Friday.
Yeah, so but that's next Friday. Admission to this event is free. If you'd like to make a voluntary donation to support AM students, we are raising funds for Artie's Pantry, a campus-wide pantry which provides students with food, personal hygiene products, school supplies, and more. We are officially a hunger-free campus. I've been a part of that whole journey. And it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, so if you want to come listen to some cool Pink Floyd music and see some art and then maybe, throw a couple dollars at the pantry, we would sure appreciate it.
Yes.
And then Thursday, May 4th from 12 to 3 in the
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you. They're doing a barbecue. The SAIL team's throwing a little barbecue for students and staff. So they'll have free food, yard games, interactive Mountain Dew gaming truck, prizes, and more. So come hang out and celebrate the end of the semester. And then speaking of graduation, this Friday from 2 to 4, Public Safety Institute, the Police Officer Academy is graduating. So again, that's 2 to 4:30 out there at the PSI in Windsor.
Yep.
And then last but not least, this Friday, from 3 to 5 p.m. in the Ed Beatty Hall Theater is the Ames Review Launch and Reading.
Yes.
The English Honor Society and the Ames Review are excited to invite you to our 2023 Ames Review Launch and Literary Reading. We will host a reading and artistic display on Friday, May 5th from 3 to 5. Light refreshments will be served and copies of the magazine will be distributed. Please join us to celebrate our community talent.
I'm going to have to see if I can get time off of work for that because your boy didn't get into the published version, but I did get on the website because I submitted a piece.
Nice.
Yes. So, and I know I got the email, but I'm just like, how would that work? Because I'm not in the magazine. I'm just on the website, but we'll see. But either way, it's still kind of crazy because when I submitted that, I didn't think I was actually going to get selected, but I did. So I was like, okay, well, here we go. Another feather in the cap.
There you go.
Yes. But we are coming down to it, folks. The end of the semester, we are officially in Dead Week.
Right, and I feel so weird calling it Dead Week for me because I'm taking 2 super easy classes, so it's not hard for me at all. But I know it's hard for a lot of people out there.
Oh yeah, no, it's got to keep going. It's the final push.
You can do it.
We're in it's the fourth quarter and it's the 2-minute warning. Y'all got this.
We're all in this together.
All in this together. I'm not gonna do
all in
that.
all day.
All in all day. There we go.
I think that's
I think that's it for us today. We got a media club meeting to prepare for.
Yep. We got nachos, but you can only have nachos if you're a part of media club. So you should have been a part of media club. You should have went to Vegas with us.
Yeah.
But next semester, in the fall,
we'll be here.
Come join media club.
Come join the club.
We do lots of cool things sometimes. Like prom.
Yeah, like prom and Halloween dances and going to Vegas and community service.
Community service all day.
And then another thing too that we all do as well is we all we are a small group, but we've become kind of we've all kind of become just one big unit. And another thing too, you can get help on your projects. We've all already taken turns helping out one another on multiple projects just this semester alone.
And I mean, like Josh said, it's like a unit. It's like a family.
Yes.
Even though Josh tries to convince us that he's the Pedro Pascal of our family. He's trying to be the dad, but he's... No. Just no.
No.
You are like... you ever seen We Are the Millers?
Yes.
Yeah, you are... What's his face? The one that's playing Adam Warnock in Guardians 3.
Yep.
You're the...
No,
you guys are getting paid? That's you.
Yeah. No,
that'd
be
you
me.
Are in the
that
family.
would probably be me. Yes, I know. I was the second after I said it,
you were like, "I'm about to get roasted."
Oh yeah, no, I already knew it was the Simpsons meme. It was the I'm in danger because I already knew the second the words left my mouth, I'm like, oh no, it's too late. I can't go back and stop this now. I'm just gonna get roasted for the rest of my life now because of this.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
You're okay. Have a good day, everybody.
Yes,
that's it. We're done.
That's
we'll
it.
Stop
We're done.
abusing your ears here.
Yes, we're sorry. Although if V was here, they would say sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, that's V.
We miss you, V.
Miss you, V.
But that does it for us today. We do thank you all for listening, and we'll go ahead and let it get back to the music here on Ames Student Radio. The way radio should be. Up next, we got Burden in My Hand by Soundgarden. Enjoy.